Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Hermit Skies. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am having a great day. I have done some work between episodes. Yet again, I keep finding myself playing this pack, and I just can't stop. And then I'm like, but no, we need to show the things to the people. So I added a couple things. I automated my smeltery a little bit with some redstone up here. So if you put resources in, it will automatically pour them into these 5 ingot casks, which means I can just dump stuff into this chest and then walk away. I also made a larger thingy over there. Here, let me just, these stupid evolved Endermen. Anyway, I also went ahead and I made a sugarcane and cactus farm over here. Just a real simple one to kind of get us started. This is not going to be the final cactus farm, and this will not really be the final sugarcane farm either, but just enough to kind of get us some sugarcane and cactus so we can actually make a proper farm. And then I added, there are 32 sieves right here. And by the way, for the record, it is pronounced sieve. Look it up, Google it. Stop telling me that I'm pronouncing sieve or sieve, and that it's wrong and that you're triggered, because guess what? It is actually pronounced sieve, I promise. Look it up. Google is a thing. Anyway, also, another thing I should mention, I do want to address some comments here right off the bat, because this is actually the first episode that isn't backlogged. I recorded like the first 3 episodes almost right away. Many of you have noticed that there is EMC, which means we have Project E in this pack, which is awesome. So I would love to make a transmutation table today. We will totally do that, right? No, oh yeah, just kidding. The recipe is a little bit late game. So yeah, for those of you who want me to make to get into Project E, it's like the last thing you do in this pack. This is the recipe to get into to make the transmutation table, which is basically the first thing that you need to actually start Project E. Although I suppose technically the first thing you need to start Project E is the Philosopher's Stone. That has a little bit of a late game recipe as well. So just in case you guys did notice that, first of all, kudos for noticing that there's EMC, but yeah, the recipe is a little bit late game. So if you see people commenting about that, just let them know that the recipe has been changed in this mod pack to make it something that you really can't get into for a while. Also, a couple of you suggested that I use sawdust to make paper, which is a brilliant idea. You can make paper like so. And sawdust is actually super easy to get in this pack. It's really, really easy to get. You just hammer logs. And that means that we can take 4 spruce saplings and plant them like so, and grow the tree, and then vein mine this, and look at that. We now have tons of sawdust. So that is a much more efficient way of getting paper than the sugarcane, actually. That's very, very easy to do. And that's actually super good, because I want to use paper today. I want to make Tinker's tools, proper Tinker's tools, and we'll get to that very shortly. Oh, this thing is out of space. Okay, no big deal. We'll just grab one of those, grab some sticks, do this and a little bit of that. And let's put these guys back over here, grab some more sticks, grab some emeralds, put those in here. And let's just make a few of these. There we go. So we've got some of those guys, and then we can go here and do that. Lovely. Okay, also, I did swap out all the storage drawers here. I had oak drawers, and they were all single drawers, and I was like, you know what, there's so much stuff. I really want to make the smaller basic drawers, like these ones that hold 4 things, and then I added a drawer controller as well, so that when we have, you know, a whole bunch of different resources, all sorts of different stuff, we can just right-click into this, and it'll put it all back in there automatically, which is super great. And then I think the final thing that I did between episodes, let's grab some of this right here, is I made a little lava processing setup type thing. I actually do need one more. I need a water bucket. There we go. So we've got lava being made over here in crucibles. And this lava can then be put into these stone barrels. And I use chisels and bits to make like a little single pixel stone ring around the top of these. And what that means is if I put a water bucket right here, it won't fly away, the water won't spread everywhere. And that's how you get obsidian in this pack. So pretty easy to do, works out pretty well. And then we can just refill these guys and do it again. And that's how we get obsidian. So not super hard, works out very well, and is gonna allow us to get all the obsidian we need, because we're gonna need that for our Tinker's tools. We're also gonna need to get into the nether at some point here in the near future as well. So let's do the Tinker's tools first, I think, or at least kind of get started on them. So a lot of you suggested that I build the Tinker's tools out of carbon, which I think is a great plan. Carbon's not that hard to get. You just basically need coal blocks, like so. We can put that back. And actually, we should probably have a thing for obsidian. Let's put it right here. Sure, that'll work. And then you smelt that obsidian. Oh, a little bit of a lag spike, no big deal. There we go, grab these. So if we go upstairs to our automated spot, I can just toss this stuff in here, and that gets cooked, and it gets cooked into raw carbon. And this stuff is like super, super good. I think it's like the highest mining level, and the speed on it is just like absurd, as is the damage. I think the only thing that's better than carbon is like awakened draconium, which if you don't know anything about modded, awakened draconium is very hard to get. And very, very late game stuff. So that's going to be from the Draconic Evolution mod, which is a super fun mod that I'm looking forward to getting into eventually, but not something we're going to be getting into anytime soon, because, as I said, it's pretty late game. So then you take this raw carbon, and all you got to do is put it into here, and it will smelt up into carbon. Oh, turn that off, because we're gonna need to make some tools here. So let's make a pickaxe head and I think the Enderman teleported into, I think he teleported into the nether portal. That's hilarious. Stupid Enderman. Okay, anyway, yeah, look at that. We're getting blood because Enderman's stuck in there. So we got this sublimated carbon here, and we can pour that, and that will give us a sword head. And then we'll probably want to do the same with a pickaxe and a shovel and a hatchet. There we go. So let's see, what do we have in here? Pickaxe, sword blades, so we want shovel, hatchet. There we go. And that will make what we need. So there we go. We have these items here. This thing, look at the damage on this. 25 attack damage on the carbon sword blade. That's so good. And then what we can do is go to our part builder here. We can put our paper down. And if we grab, for example, oh, wait, I already have that one. Just kidding. If we grab this guy, we can make some paper bindings. I also probably want to make where's the cross guard at? I think it's this one that I need. Pretty sure. Or is that the little one? No, it's the wide guard. It's the wide guard that I need, because I want to make a broadsword. Put you back. Give me that. There we go. And then last but not least, we'll probably want to do our tool rods out of paper as well for these tools, because we want these to be unbreakable right away before we do like anything else. So let's go tool station here, And we'll put our blade, this, and that makes a clumsy broadsword. It has terrible durability. Actually, 139 really isn't that bad because carbon has just absurdly good durability. But if we do that with all of these, then we'll have this and it'll have four modifiers? It should have 5. Huh. Maybe the paper doesn't stack. I guess it doesn't stack. That's kind of aggravating. So I guess there's no purpose in putting more than one whatchamacallit modifier on there. So I guess instead, let's smelt up some copper ingots. I need to get that blood out of there as well, but we'll get there when we get there. So that's unfortunate. And this is not the right... Here we go. Put that over here. Tool rod. Toss that guy down. So we'll get the copper smelting up. I'll probably end up just remaking the sword then. There we go. So we want the copper. And let's just compare this. So if I put you here, this thing has 4 modifiers. Still has 4 modifiers. So yeah, apparently the paper does not stack anymore. That used to be a thing. Okay, hey, that's fine. That's okay. Now we know. Where is the sword blade? Put that here. So I'm gonna remake this sword then. So we'll make a new sword blade. We'll make a new... Oh, I still have the wide guard right here. We'll make a new wide guard. And then we'll remake our sword as such. So we need this guy. Here. You. And then we're gonna need 4 of the copper tool rods. Which should be okay. There we go. Toss this guy right there. And now we have a sword that has 25.8 attack damage and 4 modifiers, which is great. We also get this well-established item or trait. And the reason that's super good, allow me to show you here. Let's make 2 more of these tool rods. There's 1. If we put you right here. There we go. So you got the wooden hatchet. And then we might as well make the shovel right away as well. And we'll make some of the other tools like the hammer and stuff later, but right now it's just not something I'm super interested in doing. Did I not? Oh, I haven't made my actual pick yet. There we go. So that's all good. And these should all be pretty much identical. So now, here's the cool thing, right? If we take this, since we have this copper tool axe head... Oh! Mistakes were made. Hold on. Put you back. Where are all my spruce saplings? Uh-oh. Did they end up on top? Did I lose all my spruce saplings? You know what? We should have dark oak, acacia, oak, spruce seeds. We have some here, just in case. But real quick, let's just... Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. There we go. Very carefully. I'm trying to see... Did it fall out the back? No. I don't know. But this thing has a mining speed of absolutely instant. So, look at that. Just instant mine everything, essentially. I don't know what happened to my spruce saplings, though. That's very unfortunate. Yeah, they just disappeared. Weird. Okay. Oh, no, here they are. I found them. They went flying over here. Okay. Whew. I was very concerned there for a minute. So let's put you back, grab that, grab this, and put you in there. And you in there, and then we'll grab this drawer key, and that's how you lock this. So the reason we would do that is I can pull all these out, and even though there's none in there, it'll still maintain it, which means when I do this, it'll go back to where I want it to go. So let's grab ourselves some spruce saplings. Check this out. Watch my experience bar right now. Dude, these Endermen are so infuriating. Actually, how good is this sword? Okay, it doesn't one-shot them, but it two-shots them. That makes them a lot less annoying. So anyway, we have this giant spruce tree here. Those guys are so loud. Stop making loud noises. And then if we vein mine this, look at that. We just got 10 levels for vein mining. So you can kind of see maybe where I'm going with this. More experience. You get experience for vein mining things. And eventually, you can see the XP on here is at 700 at the moment. We can just keep going. And once this thing levels up all the way, once we have, you know, the full 700 experience, we should get another modifier, which means we can then make this tool completely unbreakable. And we can literally vein mine forever and never have to repair our tools and get just essentially infinite resources. So we're up to 338. You guys see how that goes. The way that you make the tools unbreakable is we grab a little bit of gold out of here. And we'll swing over here, throw the gold in like so. Also, we can probably get some of this. You know what? I'll leave the copper in there for now. I'm going to need it eventually. But we'll get this going. And once that gold smelts up, you just turn it into a regular old plate, and then you encircle it with obsidian. So it's going to take me some off-camera grinding to do that because I'm going to need to make all the obsidian. But there we go. We just pour the gold into here. I think you can actually do it with aluminum brass as well. But there you go. You make a blank cast, and then all we have to do is throw that into... Hello, Enderman. Please die. There we go. Take that with the obsidian, throw that here, and there you have a reinforcement modifier. And if you put 5 of these, I should say, onto a tool, it will make it completely unbreakable. So we can put this guy here, for example, throw that on, and now it's reinforced 20%. When that gets up to 100% reinforcement, it's a completely unbreakable tool. So that makes it pretty amazing. The other thing that we'll probably want to do, like, right away is with this sword, I think I want to put looting 3 on it pretty much right now. So let's tell you what. Let's put everything in our inventory that can go in there, away all that spruce wood and stuff. And then we'll grab, actually, the other thing we should do. Let's make some of these and give me some of these because we want to upgrade our crafting or our tool bench as well. This guy right here. Take that. And let's see if I remember this recipe off the top of my head. Ha! Look at that. There we go. So then we'll take some of these guys. Tell you what, let's do it this way. Take some of that, make all the lapis, throw this here, put the sword like so. And we can do that. And we actually need more lapis than that, but we now have looting 2 on here. Once we upgrade this all the way, it'll have looting 3. So that'll be very good for us too. But I'm going to do some off-camera grinding. I'm going to make the rest of my tools just the way I showed you, get them all unbreakable and all that kind of good stuff, and I'll be back with you in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. I've been grinding for a little bit. I'm not done yet. I still need to get all of these up to unbreakable, actually. None of them are actually unbreakable yet, although the pickaxe is at reinforced 4, and I guess that's the only one. Either way, I went ahead and I kind of automated this a little bit. I used some item conduits and fluid conduits. So cobblestone gets pulled out of this chest and put into the crucibles. The lava gets pulled out of the crucibles and put into this tank. The tank then takes the lava and distributes it into the barrels. And then finally, the Ender IO item conduits pull the finished obsidian out and puts it into this chest. So I've kind of automated this system where all I need to do is dump cobblestone into here and then come back later and grab the obsidian that it spits out. I did also go ahead and make a nether portal over here, which is going to be very important for us, obviously. And in addition to that, I made myself an item magnet right here, an electromagnet from Ender IO that'll pick up items automatically. So, you know, if I, for example, take this, or if I take some of these, they'll just come straight into my inventory, so I don't have to run around and grab stuff. It'll be really good for, like, when we're over there doing the sugarcane and all that other kind of stuff. I think it's kind of an important part of any skyblock. So let's pop into the nether. And I've popped in here once, but haven't really looked around at all. I popped in and then immediately left because I was like, you know what? This is probably something I should show the peoples. So I have kind of a plan. You can apparently get ores and stuff here. Uh-oh. Load? A load thing? Ooh, man. Trying to kill me. That apparently didn't do anything. We're waiting on the server still. Have things loaded? Nope. Uh-oh. Well, no, Scar's online as well, but still. Okay, come on. Okay, I think. Yeah, we're good. So we can mine these ores and get the stuff, nether inferium and all this other kind of stuff. It'll be good for us. Same with like the quartz, for example. We will want to probably put fortune on our pick once we get to the level. But what I really want to do here, and this is very dangerous, I wouldn't recommend doing this without a little bit of forethought. I'm going to put a cobblestone block down right here so I can stand on it. And just so we can level this pick up super quickly, I'm going to vein mine all of that. And now you can see why we put the cobblestone block down. So there you go. That leveled up the pickaxe quite nicely, and now we probably have like an absurd amount of netherrack. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So let's grab this. Let's just toss out those seeds. And let's just abandon this for a minute. And then we can take some of this netherrack and bring it over. There we go. So we vein mined basically like all the netherrack. And the reason that I want to do that is just to level this up once. So now I have an open modifier and I can make this an unbreakable pickaxe. We may actually do that a couple more times just because it's a way to get tons of experience, like very, 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 very quickly. So that may be worth doing like once more. Look at that. 2 levels on our pickaxe. Just like that. So now I have room to put Fortune 3 on there with lapis, assuming I have enough. I think it's 360 lapis, so I should have enough. And I can make it unbreakable as well. And I think I'm going to do the same thing for my shovel. I'll see if maybe I can find like a soul sand deposit or something. I mean, our nether spawn here does not seem to be great. But what we can probably do is like swing down here and grab this stuff. I do probably want to take these resources back before I do that, but we'll go over, I'll mine up a whole bunch of soul sand, and that'll allow me to get these resources a little bit easier. There's also like diamond ore and stuff in here, nether diamond ore, so we'll want to take advantage of these. I'll go mining in the nether and see if I can get a whole bunch of good stuff, but I just wanted to show you our first time in the nether. All right, guys, I am back. These 3 tools are now unbreakable. I do have Fortune on the pick, and also I added Silk Touch to the shovel. I'd like to add Silk Touch to the hatchet as well, just because it'll make it really easy for me to get tons and tons of leaves to make dirt with. So I think that'll be good. The next thing that I want to make here, there are a couple of things actually. So first of all, I want to be able to fly, even if it's not like creative flight. I think I'd like to make just some basic jetpacks. So we can make a leadstone one here. And this is basically lead and redstone for the most part. A little bit of gold, a little bit of copper, but mostly it's pretty easy stuff. And then to upgrade it to the hardened is just Invar, which is just, I believe, iron and nickel, if I remember correctly. Let's see here. Yeah, Invar is... Yeah, iron and nickel. That's what I thought. Okay, so we'll want to make one of those. I'm going to do that off camera because it's a lot of just crafting and stuff like that. But hardened jetpack, pretty easy. Now, the thing is, for this, we do actually need a little bit of leather. And leather is not that hard to get in this mod pack, even without cows. So what we can actually do here is make some of these drying racks from Tinker's Construct. And let's just put those maybe up here, like that. And then we can take some rotten flesh and put that on here. And those, after 20 seconds, that'll turn into leather. So pretty easy to do. I also want to make a portable storage system, like, you know, a backpack essentially. And I've been looking through the pack. There's no golden bag of holding or sack of storage or any of that kind of stuff. What we do have, though, is RF tools, which means I can make my my portable storage tablet, which is amazingly good. So if we look at storage here, if we look at storage, there we go. You make one of these. Storage module tablet requires an emerald, some gold nuggets, a quartz block, and some redstone. All of that pretty straightforward. We should have the resources for it. So let's grab, I know I've got gold nuggets here somewhere. There we go. And then I need a little bit of quartz. There we go. So we'll do that. Put this here like so. And there we go. There's our storage module tablet. Now it does require power. It needs about 20,000 RF to, when it's fully powered, it requires a little bit of power to open it and close it. But I also want to go ahead and make these storage modules. And this is basically how many stacks of things this will hold. So the first one is 100, 200, and 300 stacks of items this thing will hold if you do this properly. So I'm going to make one of those as well, be able to take that into the nether with me and, you know, go mining and stuff. Now, the other thing that I want to make, and this is equally important, is if we look at, here, there's this ender chest, right? And you can make this thing. It's pretty easy. I'm going to need to track down some blazes. I have blaze rods right now, but no blazes. We could make a compressor and compress the blaze powder, but I think it's there's actually a nether fortress that's fairly close to me in the nether, so I'll probably just get some blaze rods and do that. But I'm going to spend a little time in the nether here, see what I can get done, and I'll make the portable storage tablet and all that kind of good stuff. I'll be back momentarily. All right, guys, I am back. I've been doing some work. I'm pretty close to being able to do the jetpack, or I should say, I have the jetpack done. I'm pretty close to being able to have everything I need. Now, the jetpack texture is a little weird. Something's going on with it. I'm not entirely sure what, but it does work. So I think we're basically done with our tools, and we've got a jetpack now, so we can fly around the nether. All my tools are unbreakable, except for my sword, which just has one more level left. Once I level it up a few times, or just once specifically, I'll be able to make that unbreakable. So I think the last thing I want to do in this episode is I want to go ahead and make that ender chest thing I was talking about before. So if we look at the ender chest here, we can make this pretty easily. We just need a regular chest. We need one. Don't do that, self. That's not the right tool. Don't break these with things. Hold on. Allow me to repair the damage that I have done. That's going to be a hard habit to break, because, and if you so much as like sneeze at these things while holding one of the axes, it will break. But I did grab a couple of blaze rods here. We need that. We need these. And then we need a little bit of wool. Oop. There we go. So let's make an ender chest, and then I want to make one of these ender pouches as well. And for that, I'm going to need a little bit more leather. And blaze powder. And there we go. Okay, so we have our ender pouch and our ender chest. And these, essentially, will do very useful things. So if we take this ender chest and we throw this guy, well, actually, you know what we should do? Tell you what, here's what we should do. Because the thing is, I believe that these channels, like, get shared across the entire server. So what I want to do real quick, let's, oh, that's the metallurgy confuser. Let's cook up these cactus, make some cactus green dye. There we go. Oh, come back. Okay, lovely. So we've made our cactus dye, and then I think what I want to do here is I want to dye this ender chest a little bit. So we put this guy down, we grab our cactus green dye, we'll also grab a lapis, and I'll put a lapis here, and then we'll do something like that, something very random, so that other hermits won't potentially make use of the same color combination. But then we break this, I'll put it up right here, and it can open. And then I want to make a few more chests. Yes, I know there's chests in my inventory, but they'll get used, don't worry. So we'll do that. We'll grab some of this, and I'm gonna go here. Surround that like so. We'll grab some diamonds as well and some glass. And then I didn't mean to make this many. Let's just do 3. There we go. So we'll do that, and then we'll do that. There we go. So now we have 3 diamond chests, and these things store a lot of stuff. Like, they have a pretty significant storage range, and then the reason we want to do that is so we can do something like this. Give me my wrench, please. Let's get rid of, I thought, there we go. It wasn't listening the first time. There. So what we want to do is change this to extract always. I think I shift right click. Yeah, shift right click on the chest, and now it's bound to this. And then change all of these to insert. So what's going to happen is it will pull stuff out of here and put it into these chests. And let's do, let's make priorities a thing. So 3, 2, 1, right? Yes. All right, so it'll try to go into the top chest first. Okay, so then what that means is if I take this guy and I say, I want all this stuff to go into my ender chest, it'll go in here, and then it will actually get sucked out and be pulled into these. And this actually works across dimensions. So if I put a bunch of stuff into my ender pouch in the nether, for example, while I'm out mining, it'll all get sent home. So basically, it's just a way for me to kind of send stuff back. Eventually, we'll hook this up to, what's the thing I'm looking for? Like an ME system. Once we actually get to that point, that's a long ways off, of course, because that's pretty. We got a ways to go before we're ready to make an ME system. But this will allow me to grind out resources in the nether, and the nether is actually a great source of resources. Look at this, 148 diamonds, just from that's almost all nether mining. Like, that's so good. That means I can make all those diamond stiffened meshes and all that kind of stuff too. So good stuff. Unfortunately, I am out of time for this episode, guys, so I'm gonna have to call this one right here. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.